and for my artistic critique of a peer's work, I'm going to be applying the tools of artistic critique to this work right here. When I look at this work, I see a wire sculpture using at least two different colors of wire. The black wire obviously is the main frame, it appears, as well as a silver wire of what appears to be the same gauge as the black wire, and then perhaps even a third gauge of wire that is very thin and very tightly wound, particularly in details of this figure and some other little details, such as these parts I read as horns, and this part I read as a tail. Perhaps that thin gauge is also used here. On these parts I read as water lilies or flowers of some kind. When I look at this, the black line stands out as sort of the first read, and the silver and gold, or I'm not sure if it's gold or just very thin and appearing gold, wire appears on the second read. In the first read, I see some four-legged creature and some sort of base, and some sort of human figure with some sort of cloud bubble above them, which on my analysis of this piece, I interpret to be a person playing a flute or a musical instrument of some kind, and then this bubble above them being an abstract version, or an abstract what's it called? Portrayal of the music notes being played. If I tried to guess, I'd say it's some sort of water buffalo, and these could be water lilies. And I'm very fascinated by the choices on the silver wire as I look on the details of the second read, especially the swirls and the cross hatching within the body make me want to study this even longer than if I had just read it with the black wire only. If I were to interpret what the artist is trying to say here, I would say they probably know some sort of folklore or story related to humans and nature coexisting and creating something beautiful, as they have done here with this piece of these wires completing each other and holding each other up, with a human and a four-legged creature balancing in some sort of natural environment, with even this beautiful cloud balancing out the top of the work. I think if I were to evaluate the success of this work, that they did an amazing job of just making something beautiful and fascinating that I want to hear the artist talk more about, to see if there is some sort of story behind it, or even to just put my own story on it as I look at these little details of how long this must have taken. It feels like something that must have been important to them to complete beyond even the parameters of just this assignment that they did it for. And overall, I really admire this piece. And that is my evaluation of this piece.